Good evening and welcome to another edition of African Americans Ain't Africans, the Think project that proves without a shadow of a doubt that the so-called African American didn't find his way or her way to America locked in the trunk of a ship. I'm your host, the Indigenous One. I just wanted to share this with you guys because I just got back from it and I didn't want it, none of the thoughts and none of the experiences I had. I didn't want that for you guys to miss out on any of that. But this was a weekend that we hung out with the Accomackes up on the eastern shore of Virginia, and it was a beautiful experience. It was a beautiful experience. Shout out to Lisa Cypress, her sister, 24 karat penny. If you guys have never seen a 24 karat penny, you'll see one soon. And all the people who made it up. And it rained all weekend. It rained all weekend. And it was still, that didn't stop nobody. So I just want to give a shout out to the people, share a little bits of the stories that was up there that maybe you guys can use, when you're trying to search your family and find out what your family did in the part of the world that they lived, on the part of the earth that they lived on. Again, Lisa Cypress hosted an awesome weekend. Awesome. Should have took us by this plantation her grandmama grew up on. Check this out, y'all. This is what I'm saying. We look at things, instead of us looking at things how they are, we always look at things on how people tell us it is. And then we pick up what they tell us like we thought it up ourselves. And that's why we always twist it up. Lakefront slave quarters. I'll say that again. Lakefront slave quarters. I got the video of it. I'm about to post a video of the weekend. Just give me a couple of days. I just got back 20 minutes ago. That whole plantation thing, other than where you could tell it used to be ours and they came over here and wrested away from us. There's different variations of how they did that. But my thing is just how the way we are. We can be tricked out of anything. Not all of us, but a lot of us can. Especially a lot of us who think we got it going on. What other people made. Because this is a problem we have today. We think we got it going on with what other people do. I'm not going to argue that. You're going to have to find that out yourself. But what the people worked with in that area, they worked with the earth. They grew tobacco. If you look through some of the old records, you'll see that tobacco is the main crop that grew in that part of the world. Another for your information, Henrietta Lacks, her people come from up there. And what's funny about that, when you go to a place like that, when you look at the people, they all look the same. I'm not calling them twins or triplets or nothing like that, but they all resemble each other. That's how you can tell. That's another reason you can tell. And that's what we'll be saying about the Africans. We don't look nothing like them. Nothing. And everybody, Moses Wilson, Copper Colored Lifestyle, Knowledge Seeker, good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. All the people up there they look alike. I mean, today, can you imagine what it was like 100, 200 years ago? The houses that they built, the housing, how houses are built today, they copied that from you. You don't believe me? Go look at some of the drawings of the houses in England and France and all that, just the commoners' houses back at that time. That's all you have to do. The buildings were you. So Lisa Cypress, you killed it. And so did 24 Karat Penny. Rick Moon was there. And this brother was telling us how you gotta get back to the forest. You are the forest. You are the resources here. That was interesting. You're the resources. You're not pretty. You're not cute. You're not a hunk. You are a resource of this land. You're a resource. Unfortunately, we like to think we're something that we're not everybody, but you're a resource of this land. That's how you worked it so cold. Can you imagine what these people saw when they first popped up on the shores here? And they never seen it before? Not in Europe, not in Asia, not in Africa. And they saw your people. Can you imagine what they saw? Also that was there, Phoenix Moon. This is what I mean about resources. Phoenix Moon was Comedy Central. Had everybody cracking up on some real stuff. Hilarious. Comedy writer all day. And you know, in these kind of events, you get to see who the people are and what they're about. You had the brother Tyrone Lopez there. This brother is one of the baddest artists I've ever seen. This is what you have in your midst. This brother could do a cartoon series now. With the stuff that he's drawn, the information that he has, the information that he shares, he knows a lot. This is why we can't work together, because we have to make these things happen. Also met a sister up there named Zena. She's from that area too. She lives in Atlanta. Brilliant sister, brilliant. And she said something that stuck with me all weekend. So, you know, she's like a whole bunch of us. You know, when our grandparents tell us things when we're young, we don't listen to it because we're in our own world. And so she was saying as she got older, her grandmother would call her and tell her stuff. And one of the things she said, and this was cold, and this stuck in my thinking for the whole weekend. She goes, we just flowing through the rivers. The earth is like our veins. Our veins, and when we come back through here, we just go down the river. It's some sayings that are said about that, about meet me at the river or wade in the water, something like that. But those are old sayings that the people here used to say. Talk about rebirth. There is no past. There's no such thing as the past. You are the past. And that's why when we go on that grandma killing spree, all we're doing is cutting our throats. Who's not to say that you're not your great-great-grandmother? Who's not to say you're your great-great-great-grandfather? If you look at the moon, that's what the moon is telling us. But we don't get into our stuff. We're into everybody else's thing. And that shit is playing out. Because it don't work. It never worked. And it won't work. And that's the stuff we can't pass down to our kids. That's why we look like idiots now. We take other people's ideologies and we act like we wrote them up. And we try to use them for ourselves. They don't work. We don't go to these universities and pull out our stuff, which people are hiding, which people learn about you. You don't notice all these people, all these foreigners running over here? They're leaving their homes, which are supposed to be great places. Blah, blah, blah. They're running over here to get your shit. And you just cool with it. You don't care. It's for everybody. We love every... Gabriel Rich showed up. I knew thunder was there. This brother had the solar panels. And on all the land up there, I mean, land. And as people, as a group of people, this is what we're supposed to be doing. Why aren't we growing hemp? Why aren't we using our own fibers and things to make stuff for ourselves? Why aren't we building cars? So when I hear somebody talk about all this other crap, it nauseates me. Because we have the manpower to do it. We have the woman power to do it. And everybody's in America living better than the Americans. That don't piss y'all off. But that don't piss you off. You check out how the Europeans living up there and how you're living up there. It'll bring you to tears. And we just walking around like we walk around in all these cities, confused, dumb. But it's always somebody's fault. No, homies, it's our fault. The land produces for you. All you have to do is help it along. But you take your thoughts and all your energy to the Greeks to make sure Kamala Harris comes stomp in your face. You take all your stuff to the Moors. They're not even recognized on the planet from the place that they say they come from. This stuff that we do, and I asked some people there too, when I talk like that, does it seem like I'm mean? And there was about 12 people up there who told me no, because they get what I'm talking about. Your mama's the one that feeds, clothes, houses you, but yet you go over there and thank the Mexican's mama. For real, cuz? This is what we do? So, beautiful time. Beautiful time. Lisa's daughter. If you ever seen the cartoon Boondocks, that's who she is. Look, so funny. The people, you've never seen people like this before. Just the way everybody loved on each other. It was amazing. Family members came down from up in New Jersey. Eye opener for them. The youth, when they didn't know what they wanted to do in life. And they came down and learned from this sister. They had this sister who does the bow and arrow on horseback, leaning to the side. This is what you have at your disposal. And only a smidgen from what we have came. If you imagine all of us were like that, what could you do with those 2 million brothers sitting in jail now? What could you do with that manpower? What could you do with those hours? What could you do with the hours that we sit around and waste watching basketball, baseball? What could you do with those man hours? I'm asking the females because the females will tell you what's needed. And then the brothers go out and make it happen. That's how we used to do it. What's up now? So what the Accomackes, what that trip told me to share with you guys is this. We're all from places like that. Find out who your people are. Find out where they're from. Because it's a lot of things that we can do, and it's on us because we're ignoring it. We think all this modern stuff is it. It's not. You can't take none of this with you, and you damn sure can't bring it back. Find out who your people are, where they were from, the people who lived around them, and you'll start to notice that the people, you'll be able to tell right off the bat. If all these foreigners, you'll be able to tell between you and them in no time. Start looking at yourself. Stop looking at yourself with all this dumb stuff that we look at ourselves with. You are the people that everybody wants. You are the person that people want your organs. You are the people where everybody wants your blood. You are the people where everybody wants their land. And you just ignore it. Another thing that was cool up there were no Africans up there. That's how you know. They wouldn't even fit. The people, all the people there looked like the land. Had acres and acres of, they was growing cotton, corn, everything, acres. And it takes resources to do that. And the resources are you. The resources are you. The people live by the rivers because the rivers were the highways. All kind of foodstuffs come out of the rivers and grow near the rivers. Why aren't we taking advantage of that today? Or like I knew a Thunder said, we need co-creation communities. On the East Coast could serve us all seafood. These are the things that we should be teaching, especially in this whole, whatever this COVID, is it the COVID thing still going on? Because nobody paid attention to that there. Tasha Z came down. The feeling that I know I got it, and I'm sure everybody else got it because they were saying it. It was a feeling like you never get in the city. You know how you feel that where it's always something about to pop off? It wasn't like that there. Sisters had some sassafras tea. If you never had sassafras tea before, check that out. We went to the cemetery where a lot of people were buried. That was interesting. That was very interesting. Like they say, there's no such thing as the past. You are the past. That's for real. Your breath should teach you that. Say it again. Your breath should teach you that. You inhale and you exhale. That's life. You inhale and you exhale. You come in and you come out. Just look at the rituals. Just look at what we do every day. You blink your eyes and you unblink them. Do the same thing every day. That's why they always give you all this glitter to get you off track. Shouldn't we know this by now? Isn't that what we do every day? Come home, call on the TV, that same old ritual over and over and over, and it trains you to what? Do it over and over and over. There are things that we do on our person that should teach us stuff. And this is not anything you should learn from anybody else. This is a thing that you should teach yourself. You pay attention to yourself, love yourself. How often are we told to do that? So this weekend with the Accomackes was off the hook. Off the hook. Start hanging out with your people. Phoenix is doing a No Grandma Killer in Philadelphia next month. Check her out for the times and the dates. Another No Grandma Killer. Start getting with your people. Get with your uncles, aunts. If you have older ones that's dying out, see if you can get with them with a video camera, a tape recorder, or anything, and ask them to pass on stuff to you that they did when they were children. Because and you can tell this, we're kind of at the end because the music and stuff that we're doing today is, I mean, the mainstream stuff is total shit. What is that done for? Why is the music like that? Why does the music sound like that? We are under attack. We are under attack. Better start looking at it how it is. And the thing we can do as a group of people, it'll blow you away. As long as we at each other's throat, it'll never work. And that's something nobody has to teach you. You're supposed to learn stuff on yourself by just observing. Just paying attention. So I have a video up. Give me a couple of days. It's a long weekend. It's gonna blow you away. And the Accomackes, that part of Virginia where we were in, that's the place where these people first landed when they first got here, or one of the places. Because this is a vast country, y'all. And we gave it all up. We gave it all up just so we can wear Nikes. Really? So if you're on Facebook, you know, all the people that I just named, all of them are putting up pictures, recordings of what they did this weekend. It was really a beautiful time. Beautiful time. Beautiful time. So I got another program to start in about 10 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and get off here and get ready for her. But Accomackes, the Accomackes, and check and start calling yourself the names that your people call themselves too. Get out of all these other names, because all it does is bring confusion. So the weekend with the Accomackes was off the hook. Beautiful people. Hospitality was impeccable, and got a chance to hang out with some righteous people this weekend. So I want to thank everybody for coming up there who came. You guys made it jam. And I want to thank you guys for coming to sit down with me for a few minutes. Okay? We're going to see you in a few minutes. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.